Let's go.
Uh, but yeah, there are a couple little topics of discussion that I want to talk about today. We don't have too many people in here, so this is going to be a two-part discussion. I'm trying to get a little bit more people's attention on this and on this topic. But for the people who are listening today, um, you guys are going to have the privilege of kind of engaging in a pretty cool conversation. And I posted something on Twitter. Well, the Twitter space that I had scheduled for today. It was titled, "Can you still get rich in crypto as of now?" Right, 2023. What are we? June 28th. Is it still possible to get rich? Is it still possible to make fu money like we made a couple of years ago? Right. And the answer to that is, well, firstly, I'd like to say anything that I say today or ever moving forward is never any financial advice. It is just me speaking, and that's pretty much it, right? Most of it is all opinionated. A lot of it is stuff that I've experienced. So take everything with a grain of salt, but just have to put that disclaimer out there. Now, is it still possible to make millions and millions of dollars in crypto? And the answer to that question is 100% yes. Is it easy? Not for the regular person. I'm not going to lie to you guys. For the regular person, it is absolutely not easy. But there are people every single day, even during the worst part of the bear market, making tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands, and in some cases, even millions of dollars on a daily basis in crypto. And a lot of people have different strategies on how that works. A lot of people have different ways of doing so. Some people buy, some people hold, some people short, everyone does something different. But there is certain ways that people have figured out that work, and the strategy is not what you're good at, right? The strategy is who you're doing it with, in a sense. I'm sure you guys have heard about, there's whale groups that they operate together. There's like 10, 20 people, 30 people, whatever. Some people go and do due diligence on projects. Some people find gems. Some people find alpha, whatever, and they all share everything together in groups, and then boom, all of a sudden, everybody that's involved in that group has an edge against everybody else who doesn't, right? So that, my friends, is the king of finding success. Is doing stuff as a group. Now, can you do it as a group, like a group that we have with 16,000 people in the Telegram? Absolutely not. You can't do that because there's way too much diversity. There's way too many moving parts. There's way too many things that could go wrong when your group is too big. Um, am I a part of groups like that? Absolutely, I am. I have been for years, and it's just not something that we normally talk about. Nobody talks about this. Nobody goes up and talks about in YouTube videos, all those gurus that go up and say, "Hey, I made $100,000 this month buying and selling crypto." Right? They just say that, and everybody looks at them and thinks like, "Oh, this guy's a god. This guy's a G. This guy knows what's up." Like, let me follow him. Let me follow his calls or whatever. It's all crap. That's BS. Like anybody you see online doing that, immediate red flag. Yeah, maybe you can learn a thing or two. Don't get me wrong. It's not always 100% BS. But the thing is, it's like nobody could predict anything on their own. But when you work together as a team with the same goals in mind, you can get this stuff done. Now, how do you find a group like that? You can't, right? It's not easy. Um, Not that you can't. It's just the quality of the group has a big factor in the success, right? So obviously, I've been in groups that were really good, where I made a lot of money. I've been in groups that were complete BS, and people were just talking out of their ass, and people were losing money left and right. So, hang on one second. I got to turn on the air conditioner in my house. It's pretty hot. One second. I'll never get my wife, man. She has it at 78 degrees in the house, dude. What is this? Oh my god. Okay. All right. That's taken care of. So the quality of the group matters, right? The quality of the group matters, and why does it matter? Is because people need to know what they're talking about. People need to be insiders, and when I talk about insiders, I'm not talking about like people who are involved in certain projects. No, that's not what I mean. What I mean by insiders is people who are builders in the space. They know what's up. They know how this place. They know how the space works. They know how to build, they know how to code, they know how to market, they know how to manage communities, blah blah blah, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Right? Professionals in a sense, like people who have done this before. People like me, people like Roof, people like, for example, even nobody at this point, right? And the reason why I'm saying that is because of the experience that people have in managing communities. There's a difference between knowing what's going on in your community and knowing what's going on in the broad community of crypto, and that's very important, right? If I wasn't involved in a lot of these whale chats that I'm involved in right now, I wouldn't know as much of what's going on in the world of crypto outside of ShibaDoge, because I personally do not have the time to go out there and look at every community and get everyone's sentiment and read about what's going on with everyone one by one. There's no way I could do that. Absolutely no way. But when I'm in a group with like 70, 80, even some of the groups that I'm in have upwards of 300-400 people in there. When I'm in those groups and people are sharing all this information, I'm able to spend 20 minutes, go through a bunch of messages, and get a daily report of what's going on, what people are doing, what moves are working, what is not. Some days I'll decide to make trades. Some day I'll decide not to make trades, right? And it's not even about the trading. Like a lot of the opportunities that are created in these groups are people coming up with ideas, people coming up with business ventures, people coming up with different ways that they can succeed, and so on and so on and so on. So, guys, it's very important to understand, like, you can't do it all alone. You could. Don't get me wrong, you could. But it becomes much easier when you have a trusted group of people to do it with, right? And there's this motto that I've been saying for the past few weeks, is go fast, go alone, go far, go together. And I don't know who said that. I think Steve Jobs said it, or somebody popular, famous said it, and it's a quote from one of them. But it makes sense, right? It makes so much sense. Where if you want to do something fast and you want to be successful on your own, then go alone, right? Go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, if you really want to make it, if you really want to make it, go together, go with the team, because even boxers, for example, right? If you're boxing, you're a fighter, you're in the ring one on one when it's your time to shine. But even the best boxer in the world has a team, right? They have a trainer. They have people who are looking at his opponent. They have people who train his conditioning, his fitness, his diet, whatever, you name it. So that applies to everything. Now, you probably think, where could we find a group like this? Where do we even start? Obviously, everyone has the same goal, right? Let's be real. Everyone has the same goal. They want to make it. They want to make money. They want to get smarter. They want to educate themselves. If you don't have those goals, then something is not right. Like, I'm sure everybody has a lot of goals, different goals. Everyone's goals are different, but those like 3-4 certain goals are universal. Everybody wants that. I want that. You want that. Everybody wants that, right? And the thing is, it's like with success, it's not always just gauged on the amount of money that you make. That's absolutely false. Success can come in a lot of different in a lot of different ways, and you don't know that you're successful sometimes until you realize the things that you're doing are building value for yourself and the other people around you, right? And a lot of times that may not translate to money, right? You may not be making money, but you may feel successful. And anyway, the point of all this is there are groups out there, right? And there are these groups that are doing big things, making big money, making big moves, making big relationships, connections, networking, and you could kind of like backtrack to Pepe, for example, right? The launch of Pepe. Everybody was sitting, looking at Pepe. Born in the bear market, they reached, what did they reach? Close to $2 billion in market cap, or $1 billion. I know I saw them for sure over $1 billion. I think it was like 1.2 billion when I saw their all-time high. I don't know what they reached max, but anyway, they reached $1.2 billion in the bear market, and everybody and their mom was talking about them, right? Now, who do you think got the first inside scoop on the launch of Pepe? Right, it wasn't me. For sure, it wasn't me, because I would have bought immediately if I had gotten the scoop. I know it wasn't you, Roof, and I know it wasn't probably anybody who's listening to this right now. But I could guarantee you, there was a group of people in the whale chat, or in a group, in an alpha group somewhere out there on the internet, that got that inside information. They got all the information. They had all the people lined up for the exchange listings. They had everybody lined up, ready to go, and they were like, "All right, this is what's happening. Let's line up the ammo, because we're going in." Right? That's 100% the fact. See, somebody just wrote in the chat. Elon Metallic says, "I got into Pepe on the third day." That's really good, but it's not good enough, right? Imagine the people who got in on day one, hour one, minute one, second one. All of that makes a big difference, right? That in a launch like that, minutes can mean millions. Now, let's be real. That's an anomaly. We're probably not going to see something like that again for a very long time. But there are still new launches, new projects, new stocks, new all kinds of things, right? That these types of groups focus on, and it's not just about like, hey, yeah, we're running ShibaDoge, we're running Burn, we have the Shiba Army NFTs, the Doge Army NFTs. It's not a closed world, right? Everybody always wants to venture and do things, and there are a lot of people who support our project, and there are a lot of people who don't even know about our project. So these whale groups are super important in sharing information, but they're also very good at one thing, and that one thing is being consistent, right? When they find wins, they don't just give up and say, "Hey, I found a win. I made 100 grand. Now it's time for me to retire." No, what they do is like they keep sharing that knowledge, and they keep wanting to get better and better and better. I'm not as active in these groups as I used to be. The reason being is because I'm extremely busy nowadays, so I'm not as active as I used to be. But when I was very active in these groups, there was a lot of action. We were doing a lot of cool things, and I mean, even now, there are some that I've just been revisiting over the past few months, and kind of dibble dabbling into what's going on. And there's a lot of opportunity out there. The problem is it's not for everybody. You can't, like I said, you can't do it with a group of 16,000 people. A lot of these are very, very close cornered, and very selective with the people that they bring in. You got to be able to offer something to the table. You got to have some type of expertise. You got to be somebody. You got to know somebody, whatever, right? They're exclusive groups. Like, you can't just apply and get in. In most cases, you have to be invited by somebody who knows who you are, and blah, 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 whatever. I'm sure some of you guys are even involved in some whale groups. Maybe you guys are involved in some of the whale groups that I'm involved in. Who knows? But what is this? Hold on. What's this pop up on my screen? Okay. anyway, the point of the matter is, without me like going and jibber jabbering for so long about this, is yes, there are a lot of great opportunities for people to make a lot of positive moves. I'm kind of selective with the words I'm using, just keep myself out of having to deal with anybody saying, "Hey, Leo's giving financial advice." I'm not doing that. That's not what I'm doing. But there are a lot of opportunities for people out there to be able to make positive moves in this space, and we realize that. I even said this in yesterday's voice call. We were talking to Roof, and we were talking about the things that make us happy. You know, some people were saying it's cars or houses or whatever, this, that. And I said the thing that makes me the happiest now in this point of my life, like where I am right now, the thing that makes me the happiest is seeing other people around me catch W's, catch wins, make, find success. That's the thing that gets my juices going. And like I said yesterday, it may sound corny to some people that I'm saying that, but it's the honest truth, and that's what I get a kick out of. So I'm not going to pretty much spill all the beans, but what I will spill is there is something in the works in the form of, in the form of a exclusive, quote unquote, exclusive group in the works that is being built by obviously us, and also being built by some of the biggest people in the world, not just in crypto, but a lot of very powerful and a lot of very successful people in the world. And I'll give you guys a little bit more info on this. I just want a larger audience when I talk about it. Obviously, we don't have too many people in the chat right now, but there is a very exclusive group that we are working on. And let's see, I'm reading the chat. It says we are already here in this group. Yeah, that's completely different from what this is, right? This is not what I'm talking about is not a token community group. That's not what that is. It's something very, very unique, very different, very special, very. I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to spill exactly all the beans on what it is, but it is not a token group.
Come on.
No. Trust me, you guys are gonna get the whole gist of what I'm talking about here. But what the group is it's going to be filled with people who could contribute to each other. It's going to be it's going to be something extremely special. So let's just put it that way. And the main goal of that group is not going to be like, hey, let's go and buy this, let's go and buy that, let's go and flip this, flip that. That is absolutely not what's going to be the main goal of that group. The main goal of that group is going to be very specific and very straightforward. And the main goal of that group is to create as much success and as humanely possible with the amount of people that are in there. So not only is it going to be regular people, they're going to be pretty much 99% all successful or rich or extremely smart people. So it's pretty crazy what we were trying to put together. I'm not going to give the full gist, like I said, of what this is or when it's coming out or anything like that, but it is going to be presented very, very quickly. And that's pretty much what I'll say this week. Next week, I'll have more on this because, it's, like I said, I do want to have a bigger audience before I give all the details out. But kind of to just like reroute and talk about something a little bit different is we do have some updates on the ShibaDoge side of things as well. Obviously, we've been talking about the bridge recently that we've been working on, and it looks like that we've found a viable option that's going to work. Now, we're considering BNB. Obviously, that's the first one that's been in the talks for bridging over to another blockchain, have multiple blockchains. But ARB is a very good option too, and we're looking into that right now. There are a bunch of tokens that have been launching on ARB, and ARB is a extremely fast growing blockchain. So that may be another option for a bridge, right? We want to be multi-blockchain as far as ShibaDoge goes in the future, and yeah, so we found a pretty good tailwind on how to approach the bridge. So hopefully we could see that very, very soon. We have our engineers working on all the things that need to get done on that end, and that was exciting news to wake up to today. So a quick little update on that. Another quick little update is obviously the armory. We talked about this a little bit yesterday, but we're hoping to have it out in the next few days. Maybe by the, let me pull up my calendar here. Let's see what we're working with. We want to ideally have it out before the 14th. We don't ever launch anything on Fridays. It's like a conspiracy, like superstitious thing that we believe in. We never launch anything on Fridays, any kind of product, any kind of project, any kind of merch. Obviously, we never launch merch, but even if it were merch or anything in any of our businesses or whatever, we never touch Fridays. It's just the superstitious thing. So it won't happen on a Friday. But yeah, we're thinking hopefully within the next like 10 days, let's say. Just to be safe, is when we're looking for the armory to come out. And then obviously when the armory comes out, it'll be quickly followed with the ShibaDoge support for the war zone. We were thinking maybe 4 to 5 days after the armory release is when we'll get that. Few other things that I'll give you guys updates on is there's been some questions that have been coming up about the crates. The crates are going to be revealed pretty soon as well. We have a cool like little idea that we're going to be doing with the crates, with the reveal, and some of the items that are going to be coming out with the crates are going to be pretty cool to see as well. You guys will get all that info pretty soon. And then also a lot of people have, well, not a lot of people have, a very few amount of people have, let me rephrase that, very few amount of people have golden tickets, right? So there will be some news about what the golden tickets are going to be used to claim for here in a few weeks as well. We're not going to be rushing that one just because we're trying to get everything else out right now. But once everything else is out, for the small amount of people who have those very super exclusive golden tickets, you guys will get an update on what to expect on that. And I believe the full effect that you'll get would probably come in the next season. So yeah, just wanted to let you know. You'll get the item sooner than the next season, but the effect of the item that you'll get with it should, expect that to come into effect next season. So yeah, guys. I mean, and then also just to kind of like talk about the Dogium extractor came up last week as a question. Somebody asked how important it was to keep it or have one. And I said it was a 10 out of 10, as far as like importance to keep it if you already have one. I'll stick with that. The Dogium extractor is going to have some pretty cool, unique abilities and features that will be introduced very soon. So yeah, keep that in mind. Your Dogium extractors are going to Dogium extract and do some pretty cool stuff. So yep. But other than that, like I said, I have a little bit more to speak about on this topic of the exclusive group and stuff that I've been talking about, but I want a bigger audience for that, and I want kind of people to be a little bit more engaged with the topic before I go any further. And then also I want when we talk more about it, I want a lot of some of the other people who have been helping us put this together and build this whole idea out. I want them on the AMA as well. So we'll wait to invite them, and we'll have we'll have Max and Alex and everybody else on board speaking on this too. The next time we talk about it, I don't know if the next time we talk about this will be the next AMA or the AMA after that, but I'll schedule something with the better presentation to it, in a sense, where people will get a better idea of what I'm trying to portray when I say this stuff, and then also obviously a platform for people to hear us out on, where there's more people that are engaged in listening. But other than that, if anybody has any questions or anything like that, feel free to ask.
Burn. Go on, Leo. Give us a little something.
What do you want to know? I mean, I think I talked about burn 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago at most. As of right now, as of this current state, like burn is still operating as what you know. The only thing is it's pretty much going to be turned into a newer version of burn in a sense, right? It's not going to be relaunched. It's not going to be a V2. It's not going to be anything like that. It just right now we're just so like caught up with everything else that the revamp has been put aside to the bit before we can actually pull the final trigger and be like, yeah, this is what we're doing. This is how we're doing it. This is the amount of money we're dedicating towards marketing or development or whatever, and going hard on that end. So yeah, that's still 100% part of the plan. It just, there are things that we have to make sure we do and cross off of our list and take off of our take off of our shoulders before we can go balls deep into that. And I think getting the armory out and getting the whole ShibaDoge stuff out of the way in the next week or 2 weeks or whatever will definitely alleviate a lot of that pressure, and then we'll be able to work on a lot of those other things that we've been wanting to do.
Cool, bro. And I wanted to ask this: what you just spoke about the group, is this the secret weapon like we've been talking about that we've had in the back of our pockets that we're working on, or is it a completely separate thing?
No, it's separate.
All right, bro. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's separate. We just I'll be able to explain it in a better way when I'm cleared to explain it, right? And what I mean by that is like I want everybody who's been working on this to be present when we talk about it officially and we present it to you guys, and not just you guys, but like to the internet in a sense. So it's kind of a very big deal, right? You may like look at it and not understand it, depending on how some people look at things, but it's a pretty big deal when we present it. You guys will get the whole idea on what I mean by that.
Leo, cousin KK.
What up, cuz?
What up, cuz? Just a quick question: if people have mystery, oh shit, I can't even think. What was I thinking? Mystery crate.
Yep.
Yeah. Is there an option to not have that reveal?
No.
No. Okay.
Yeah, no. They'll reveal. We may have something like that in the future for the second set of crates that are going to be airdropped, or the free claim that we do in the future. There may be that option, because the reason why I'm saying is that there was a launch yesterday. I'm sure you guys saw it, the Zuki launch. It was probably the biggest thing that happened in NFT launches in the past few months, right? They minted out like 20,000 NFTs at 2 ETH each. So they made like 40,000 ETH in one mint, which was pretty crazy. But anyway, like they had something pretty cool with the way that they did it that I paid attention to. These guys, that's what they did pretty much. They were able to let people decide whether they want to reveal or not reveal their NFT. And I thought that was pretty cool, because imagine everybody reveals their NFTs, right? And there's like 100 unrevealed ones left, and there's a bunch of rare ones that have still not been revealed yet, the price of those unrevealed NFTs are going to be pretty high because people are going to be speculating like, hey, it's probably the one of one or whatever. So I thought that was pretty cool. I like the way that they did that. So we may take some inspiration from the way that they did that in the next crate launch if we do one this year.
Yeah, that was absolutely my expectation for the mystery crate, but no, that's fine. I'm a bit of a hoarder, so I would have just kept mine unrevealed if I had one.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. I mean, I don't think that it's impossible to change the way that it is, but it would be way too much work for what it is. Just because like the metadata still hasn't been updated, we could probably, in theory, change it so that people can choose to reveal or unreveal it. But we don't want to mess anything up, dude. It's already deployed the way it is. So if we do decide to do it next time.
Yep. No, sounds good. Thank you.
Roof, you got any questions popping up on YouTube or anything like that? Or I'm sorry, cousin, did you have another question?
No, I think somebody asked about the fire hands, fire hat. Any updates on those?
Yeah, I gave a little update yesterday. They should be airdropped within any day now, man. Yesterday, when we spoke to the devs about it, they said that they're getting everything together to airdrop it to people. So I was expecting it to happen anytime between yesterday and by the start of next week, for example. It could probably happen today, tomorrow, Friday. I don't know, but it's happening. You guys will see them get airdropped to you pretty soon.
Let's go. My next question: what's the max amount of EFTs? Because now we're talking hats and extractors and blah blah blah. So what's the max number?
You can have as many EFTs as you want. There is no max. You can have as many as you want.
I mean, on one bread, ShibaDoge.
Oh, however many editable slots there are, or however many EFTs you can equip. So, hold on, I'll tell you right now. I can look that up for you. Give me one second.
I was thinking about that the other week.
Yep. Give me 2 seconds. Let me pull that up. Okay, 1, 2. I believe 9. I think it's 9. It could be 8, depending on if this. Yeah, no, it's 9. So you'll be able to have.
Familiar.
Yeah, it's 9 for sure. It could be 10 if the mouth counts as a trait. So actually, I think it does count as a trait. So yeah. So 10. So 10 is the max.
Oh. No, sounds good. Thank you.
It's gonna be interesting. Nothing, Roof. Yeah, it's okay, bro. Maybe Wednesdays are the problem, huh? I've noticed, dude. Wednesdays even yesterday. Tuesdays are better than Wednesdays, huh? Yeah, we did. Nah, bro. There's no more changing the days because I think that causes more problems than anything. It just causes confusion. Yeah, we'll just stick with it at this point. Yeah, I think we gotta come up with a plan. The Roof is for quick, like 3-minute videos that we could put out every week. That kind of like, I'm trying to think how we could do that, man. If we could do like a 2.5 to 3 minute update video every week, it'll save a lot of time for a lot of people who want to listen to the whole thing, but they can't. Because let's be real, not everybody has an hour of time that they could just sit back and, you know, listen to everything we talk about. But if it's just like all squished up into a 2-3 minute update, they can get a full recap of everything we've talked about. And I think that'll be cool for our timeline too. Where at the end of the year we could just like put everything together in one video and it'll be like a 3-hour video, and we could do that at the end of each year. That'll be pretty cool. I'm just thinking how we can structure it, because it's going to take a lot of editing if we want to take clips out of this recording, and honestly that's just unnecessary work. So I'm thinking if maybe I just make a 3-minute video or a 3-minute recording after each AMA. I don't know. Yeah, we could do shorts. You're right. Is the maximum amount of time on a YouTube short 60 seconds, or is it longer? Interesting. Yeah, yeah. And with reels, it's the shorts. I mean, like 'cause sometimes when I'm on YouTube, I'll look at a YouTube short and then I'll go down the rabbit hole for 5 minutes looking at a bunch of other ones. So and I'll see a bunch of random things pop up. So maybe that can help with exposure too. Interesting. It's an interesting concept. Yeah. You do shorts right now, right? I see. I'm looking at our YouTube actually right now. Yeah, I see. We have a few shorts. Yeah. No, for sure, because then it'll be structured. You know, we'll have a game plan of what we want to make rather than just fishing for clips. The only thing that I'm thinking is to catch people's attention, like what video clips could we use, right? Because the NFTs and the background and stuff are cool, but a lot of times, like when people are looking through these YouTube shorts, they want to watch like a video with it, right? So that could be, yeah. If we could, honestly, with AI, we could probably generate something like a video. Uh, I'll have to look into it. I have a bunch of like cool little like video creating AI tool things that I've been saving and putting aside. So I'll mess around with them this couple of days and see what type of content it generates, and if it's something cool, we could probably use that. But as far as like the voiceover goes, I think we could do it in 60 seconds, just like 2 or 3 bullish update things that we talk about, and just squish it real quick in like a 55-second, 45 to 55-second clip and put it out there. Yeah, no, there are a lot of people who do that. There are a lot of people who listen while they're driving, working, just chilling at their house, whatever. But there are also a bunch of people. I mean, don't forget, guys, we have close to 30,000 holders. Um, Out of those 30,000, there's probably a very small percentage of those people who have, uh, time out of their day to sit down and listen to a 1 hour AMA. So we got to be able to cater to all types of audiences when we're making our content. Yeah, yeah. Hey, when you go to our, I haven't logged into our YouTube in quite a while, but when you log into our YouTube and you go to the creator dashboard, how many hours of playback do we have? Like, not from what we've created, but from what the users have watched. It should show you. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Can you check that real quick? Yeah, if you open a new tab, I think you'll be fine. Yeah, watch time. Yep. Is that? Oh yeah, and the last what? Damn, that's a lot. Does it show you all time? Can you filter it to all time? Roof, remember a few months ago when I was playing around with that AI thing with the voiceovers and yep. So I showed my 14-year-old cousin how to mess around with that, and I think he's 15 now actually. Yeah, he's 15 now. So a few months ago, I showed him that, taught him how to use it, and he became like really good at perfecting how it does the pronunciations and the tone of voice and all of that. And this kid, he actually sent me something a week or two ago, and it was pretty interesting. So he started making YouTube videos with that AI software, and the only YouTube videos that he made were about that Ocean Gate submarine. because it was very popular at the time. And he made like 5 videos in a week, and all of it was AI generated. And he got over, I don't know how many hundreds of thousands, if not millions of views. It's pretty interesting, dude, that he put all of that together with just one piece of software and then just a bunch of pictures that he got off the internet. It was pretty interesting, dude. Yeah, I don't think he made money because I don't think he made any money though because his channel was not monetized. But yeah, if he was monetized, he would have for sure made probably a couple grand. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think you could get monetized in the first month, right? You need to have 30 days at least of an account, and then I don't know how many views and how many hours of watch time. Here, I just looked it up. The requirements are at least 500 subscribers and at least 3 public videos in the last 90 days with a minimum of 3,000 watch hours or 3 million short views. Yeah, that's a lot of short views. That's a lot of watch hours too. How many hours did you say we had? Wow. Yeah, I think Cole had deleted it when he left, right? Freaking or deleted it, somebody. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What a clown. What an asshole. Yeah, I remember everybody fudded too about that because they thought we deleted it, and yeah, that was that was annoying to deal with. Yeah, it's good that you did. Yeah, Yeah, I think we should come up with a cool content strategy that is unique that people aren't doing. Right? It doesn't even have to be shilly or anything like that, but just something that could be viral. And I think we have a good platform to put it up, and maybe we can start getting a whole bunch of subscribers and a lot more exposure like that too. I know for sure the shorts will work, and then Chris Scott actually made a good point that he said whatever shorts we make on YouTube, we should put them on Instagram too, because they're the same length and the same criteria. So that's a for sure thing. When we start making these shorts, we'll upload them to Instagram as reels too. So that's two birds, one stone there. But I'm thinking if we could come up with a strategy for content on YouTube that is a little bit different, that I don't know whether it could be like an animated, funny like video that we do once a week or something like that. Maybe that's something that could help the channel grow. I don't know. Yeah, I thought about that, but that's just so like cheesy, man. So cheesy. Like, hey, happy Halloween, everybody. Yeah, a vlog would be nice, but I don't know how we could do that without doxing ourselves. Like a day in the life of Leo, you know? Pretty much be kind of boring because you'll just see me sitting at my computer just doing work all day, but yeah. I'm not the biggest fan of TikTok, but I know it works. Yeah. Yeah, my wife's business, pretty much all of her advertising, 99.9% of it, she does all of it on TikTok. Yeah, she makes pretty good money. Like all of her sales, everything is all generated through TikTok. Nope, all she uses is TikTok and Instagram, but that's it. But like yeah, most of her clients are all from TikTok. Well, before it was the local thing, but now it's like a online, serves everybody type deal. Yeah, yeah. We have 20,000 followers on our TikTok, dude. When's the last time we uploaded? The last time we uploaded on TikTok was December 2022. Yeah, they're still around. It's just like the videos were costing us a lot to make, and they really weren't getting any views. So we kind of put them on pause just because we was very quickly spending a lot over budget for what we wanted to do. Um, that's why I'm thinking like if we could think of an organic strategy of how we can get some YouTube views, then we could definitely fire that back up and tie everything in together. Because the videos were good. The videos were really good. They just weren't bringing in any growth. Yeah, that's for sure. But it's, you know, the YouTube strategy is different from the crypto growth strategy. If we could figure out a way to become popular on YouTube, then that'll translate to a lot of growth on the crypto side of things, especially when the bull run comes, because we'll be like, you know, very well known on YouTube. I mean, right now our YouTube videos are 99.9% all just AMAs. So when like a YouTuber goes in, I mean, when a guy on YouTube goes in and searches ShibaDoge, you know, all they're going to see on our page is AMA after AMA. Nobody has enough time to watch all these AMAs. Like, I don't care who you are. If you're the most dedicated person to learning about our project, you're never going to be able to watch all of these AMAs. You're just not going to do it. So, yeah. I can't even imagine sitting through and watching all of these. There isn't enough time in the world to do it. But bro, we have 210 AMAs uploaded on YouTube. That's a lot, bro. And each one is anywhere averaging from like an hour to 2 hours. You know, that's a whole lot of watching. Yeah, listening. Yeah, yeah. I would never do that. I would just because it's like it's just too much. It's too much to take in, and especially it's like if you start listening out of context, you know, like if you listen to like an AMA from today, and then the next video that you click is an AMA from like 5 months ago, you're gonna
Yeah.
be so confused. You're gonna be like, wait, where am I?
True. Yeah, definitely, man. If you can do some, that'd be great. Like, we need.
Yeah, I mean, we just have to come up with a strategy. I'll have to look into like what's working on YouTube right now. Maybe that strategy that my cousin was doing with the AI stuff might be pretty cool to do. But the thing is, it's like that's so low quality. No one's gonna want to.
What we're gonna do is with each one that you do, you need to find out, like in crypto at that precise moment, what's trending, like what is it that people are going crazy about, like talking about, and we need to have mentioned that in there as well, something about that, and then you go on to whatever you want to say, but you mention a little bit of that. Then you can use that as keywords, right? You can put that as keyword. So you know a lot of people are searching for that. For example, when Pepe took over, went to a billion. I mean, everyone was talking about Pepe. So if we done a video with the word Pepe in it, and you just spoke something about it, and then went on to talking about whatever you was gonna talk about, um, that would have got traction. That video would have got traction because everyone that's searching for Pepe, our video would have popped up because I used.
Yeah,
And we can do, if you can do that with every video, like when MetaMask messed up and people went crazy, it's like, what's happening to the MetaMask? Blah blah blah. I mean, Twitter was exploding, it was trending. I mean, if we make a video, you saying something about MetaMask at the beginning, and then you go on to talk about the Armory, for example. Well, I can use MetaMask as a keyword because you did speak about MetaMask. We're not lying, you know. So
yeah, exactly. So
that's
just trendy stuff. So just talk about some trendy stuff and
yeah. I
let's
mean,
go from there.
Yeah, and then I can use that keyword in the title and description, and we can get ranked for that keyword. So if someone's looking for
Yeah.
MetaMask, they'll see MetaMask, they'll see, oh, here's a video, some guy from ShibaDoge talking about MetaMask. Let's listen to it. Basically,
Does SEO work with YouTube, or you can't
yeah,
do that? Like you can't.
it works.
Okay.
Yeah, SEO works. So we can use it. We can use the keywords, and that's what I try to do when I do the titles. I try to find out what you spoke about, and I'll try and see if anything that you spoke about was trending, and then I'll use that keyword quite often to.
Gotcha. Okay.
But it's hard to when I'm cutting clips. It's hard for me to do that because it's not at the moment. You know, you probably spoke
Yeah.
about something trending a few weeks ago. Well, it's too late for me to catch that. You know,
Right.
catch that wave. So, like, what's trending now? What's hot now? What is it that you people are talking about right now? You think on Twitter and people, what is it? Do you know? It's
What was the question?
I was just saying, do you know what is it that people are? What's trending now? What are people talking about right now? Do you have any idea?
I mean, if you just go to Twitter, here, let me go to Twitter real quick. It's always different. So, like, see, I'm on my personal Twitter, and right now, number one trending for me is Dogecoin with 1.06 million tweets.
Same, yeah.
And then under that is Shibainu with 34,000 tweets.
Yep.
And then I got Madonna. Madonna's trending.
Yeah, I mean,
Why is Madonna trending? Let me click this.
there you go. He's Elon.
Madonna was found unresponsive over the weekend and was rushed to the ICU. She is now recovering in the hospital. Oh, damn.
So they like, for example, like Dogecoin is trending now, right? But we can also search on YouTube and do some. You can go to trending on YouTube and also see what's trending there.
Yeah, I use Google Trends a lot too when I'm like trying to figure out what people are looking for.
Yeah. So, for example, talking about Dogecoin right now, it's trending on Twitter. More than likely, everyone's talking about it. There's something going on. So you can say something about Dogecoin, and then I can just say, you're speaking about Dogecoin. Basically, here you go. Here's a video about Dogecoin, and it's just a short, you know.
Yeah.
But it's bringing brand awareness. It's literally we're showing them ShibaDoge at the end of the day. You're gonna be talking about ShibaDoge as well, right? So
yeah, of course.
That's
it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, man. It's
past 12 months, the number one trending thing has been ChatGPT.
There you go, man. That's great. That's a great one. Like right there. Like, you can say something about ChatGPT, like, and then also mention something about ShibaDoge, and I can title it and put the description in. And guess what? People are gonna come and watch that video because you are really talking about ChatGPT, right?
Yep.
So they'll be interested, and then you mentioned something about ShibaDoge, and that will get the views, you know. And that's the best way I think we could do, you know. Like, if we can do it like that every time we talk about something that's trending, and we do that every time, I'm pretty sure we're gonna get some crazy views from them, and you could go
that's for
viral,
sure.
bro.
I mean, I don't care about going viral. For me, it's getting the project to go viral, the YouTube channel to go viral, for sure.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Like, yeah. I mean, the other day I was just like, even Twitter's great, man. I was on there. I was just just replying to some like I don't know if you know, there's a guy in Volt. He's one of the he's very close to the dev. He's basically one of the top guys in there, and I just went under his post and made a comment, and he like gave me a heart and that, and which is good, man, because they got a lot of
Yeah, you get exposure.
I got a
Yeah.
lot of, just by him liking it, it's a good thing, man. Like even the guy you had the AMA with last time, Walter, Walter, you remember him,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, of
Like,
course.
he retweeted quite a few of my tweets. So like Twitter's great for exposure as well, like going on there and
Yeah, of course.
so when we're gonna
Okay.
start, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna have to think about it and then let me know? Or
Yeah, I'll spend this next couple of days coming up with a strategy on what I want to do. Obviously, we'll for sure do the shorts.
yeah,
We'll start doing that. I'll come up with a good way and a good backdrop and all that we could use. Maybe I'll have our Twitter guy who makes all the graphics create a universal backdrop that we could use for all the shorts.
yeah,
And have them make it with the resolution that's needed for Instagram and for YouTube, and then we'll tie all the audio in with that. So we'll do that for sure, and then I'll spend the next couple of days thinking about the YouTube content strategy. It can't really be something that I spend too much time on,
yeah,
just because if I'm spending hours a day doing that, then
yeah.
that's hours a day of of wasted time, in my opinion.
Imagine, that'd be too much, bro. That'd be too much.
That'll be too much for sure. Yeah, so I'll have to try to think of something that we can streamline on that end. But the shorts, I don't think is going to be a problem. I think we could do that at the end of each AMA, make a quick little recording, or even before the AMA, or it doesn't even have to be on the AMA day, as long as we just put one out every week. I think that's the important thing.
Yeah, especially like the stuff that you like the armory you mentioned, the deployment of ShibaDoge. These are things that if you done a 60-second, I could just whack it onto YouTube, put a little description and everything, and there you go, man. Like every time, can you imagine the amount of people that come into our TG and ask about the deployment of ShibaDoge? We can just give them the link, and that's a view.
Yeah, like here's all the info you need in 60 seconds. Boom.
That's it, man. And like we can just keep the links and just say, here you go. There's the video, and
Yep.
It we'll get more traction on YouTube, because if YouTube sees that we're getting so many views on that video, they actually push it up,
Yeah.
It's a great way of doing it. So that'd be interesting to see.
Okay. All right. Sounds good, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up over here, Roof.
Cool.
I'm gonna get going, and then we'll be back here. Be back on here on Tuesday, as far as the AMA stuff goes. But I'll be in chat all week pretty much. So if you guys need me, feel free to tag me, and I will try to send out more updates as things get put together. And hopefully we get the hats and the fire hands out in the next, I don't know, couple of days at most. So
Yeah.
I'll keep you guys posted on that as well. But yeah, if anybody has any questions, feel free to tag me. And other than that, as always, if you miss Doge, that sucks. If you miss Shiba, that also sucks. If you miss ShibaDoge, then I still love you, but you suck.
Yeah.
Never gets old, man.
Never.
I love saying that. Yeah. All right, guys. You guys have a good rest of your day. I'll talk to you guys.
Love, peace.